YouTube, James from the Wife and Watch here, and welcome to another deck update video. As you can tell, of course, this is time. It is my Crystal Beast deck profile, which I, to be fair, haven't updated in quite some time. I think it was 2023 last time I looked at this deck. And in fairness as well, it hasn't changed an awful lot. There's a little bit of an update in the extra deck and just a realignment on some of the ratios in the main deck. This is not one of your main competitive lists. It's really just meant for Crystal Beast 101, so there's no hand traps in here. There's no sort of meta defining cards in here. So if you are looking for sort of that ultra competitive Crystal Beast list, if that does indeed exist, this probably isn't the video for you. But it does give you a really good insight on how to play, well, not the video, but the deck will give you a good insight on how to play Crystal Beast properly, because it's got all the names that you could possibly need in it. It's not got every Crystal Beast name in it, but there's sort of two halves of Crystal Beast, isn't there? You've got your original set and then the Advanced Dark set as well, which I'm not particularly interested in personally. But let's get on with the list. I'll show you what it looks like. As usual, happy to hear your comments on the list. Bearing in mind it's supposed to be sort of a pure list, so just please do bear that in mind when it comes to the comments. It's not supposed to be, like I say, your mega competitive list, so just bear that in mind. It's just sort of be basics of Crystal Beasts. But it's an old one and it's a good one, isn't it? And it's one of everyone's favourites. I would definitely say it's part of the anime. It's not going to go away anytime soon. And the artwork still, even though relatively basic artwork, is still absolutely fantastic. These are the secret rares from the Speed Duel pack. I still think they absolutely shine better than the originals, to be fair. But they're still, would definitely prefer the OG ones if I had them. But I did build this deck quite late. I haven't had it for ages, this one. I've had it for a few years. I think I've had it since the structure that came back out, which of course gives us access to some of the newer cards. But yes, of course, 3 Pegasus, pretty much standard in most lists, I would definitely say. I'm still running the 2 Ruby Carbuncle as well. I think a lot of lists sort of reduce this to 1, but and that probably is the right move if you wanted to squeeze some other engines in it, or indeed hand traps or some whatever cards that you think might enhance the deck. But like I say, I'm trying to keep this one pure. However, this one has been upgraded to the Quarter Century Secret Rare, which absolutely doesn't half shine when you get the light on it. But yeah, Ruby Carbuncle probably being the better of the Crystal Beasts themselves, other than Pegasus, of course. And then, of course, because you need to play the names in order to get to the ultimate ones, so we've got 1 Mammoth, 1 Amethyst Cat, I can barely read it, Cobalt Eagle, of course, 1 Topaz Tiger, 1 Emerald Tortoise. Those are sort of the basic names. Sorry, I should be slightly further over there. The basic names, of course. These have all now been upgraded to Ultra Rare, which is quite nice. I think they were originally Super Rares and relatively difficult to get hold of. I think it is nice that we still play one of each of them, even though they're not the best cards in the world, but you do need them, and obviously putting them into the graveyard helps us significantly anyway, because we can use that for the combination on getting some of the ultimate Crystal Beasts out. But we'll get to those in a minute. One of the newer cards, of course, is Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. Still classed as a Crystal Beast card, of course, and works very similar to our other Crystal Beast, but just a little bit more potent. So if this card is if this face-up card is destroyed in a monster zone, you can place it in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell instead of sending it to the graveyard. So that's obviously the same effect as the others anyway. And then you can only use each of the following effects once per turn. When an attack is declared involving a Crystal Beast monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Nice and easy. And then you can banish this card, treat it as a continuous spell, special summon 1 level 4 or lower Crystal Beast monster from your deck, but negate its effects. And if you do, add 1 ultimate crystal monster from your deck to your hand. So it does all sorts for you, really, because obviously it puts a name in the graveyard, it searches out another one from your deck, and also gets you the ultimate crystal monster as well. Yeah, I still think it's a 3 of. I think that, again, there might be other lists with only 2. And other lists with also only potentially 1 is Rainbow Dragon, of course, and it's always treated as an ultimate crystal card. Again, I've got my Rainbow Dragons in Quarter Century. There are some really nice older prints of this card, of course, but I haven't got my little grubby fingers all over them yet. If I manage to pick them up, though, I probably will. But there you can just see the 25th. And obviously, those are the promo ones anyway, so nice and easy to get hold of. I'm still playing Last of the Monsters, the 2 Crystal Masters. Again, I think this is still a relatively popular card for Crystal Beast lists. But you can tribute this card and add 1 Ultimate Crystal Monster, or Crystal Beast Monster, or Crystal Spell or Trap from your deck to your hand. That's the monster effect. And then if it is a pendulum, so your opponent cannot target ultimate crystal monsters or crystal beast cards you control with card effects. So if you do have the second one, you can just throw it into your pendulum zone, and obviously offers some protection as well. I don't think it's a 3 of, but it's a nice card nonetheless. And that's it for monsters. So we're moving on to spells, of which there are a fair amount. There's a lot of 3 ofs in here, so I might just throw the Crystal Beast cards all out at once. So you've got Crystal Beast Bond, Rainbow Bridge, and the other 3 of I've got is Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. So obviously Rainbow Bridge and Crystal Bond are pretty basic cards, but you need them. So obviously adding a spell or trap, adding a monster, and then Rainbow Bridge of the Heart does significantly more. So it's a continuous spell. During your main phase, you can normal summon 1 Crystal Beast monster in addition to your normal summon or set. So immediately it's a great card. You can only use each of the following effects of Rainbow Bridge of the Heart once per turn. During your main phase, you can destroy 1 Crystal Beast card you control or in your hand. And if you do, add 1 Crystal Spell Trap from your deck to your hand. And if a Crystal Beast card is placed in your Spell Trap card zone, even during the damage step, you can target one of your opponent's one card your opponent controls and return both that and this card to the hand. So that is not a terrible effect at all, because obviously you can then go ahead and use its normal extra normal summon effect as well. But yeah, it's a pretty nice card for the deck, so it's pretty standard at 3 of now. A couple of 2 ofs as well, so we're also running 2 Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates and 2 Golden Rule. The Golden Rule was the sort of newer addition to the deck. This card's always treated as a crystal card, which is nice because obviously we can search it. And then place 2 Crystal Beast monsters from your deck face up in your spell and track card zone as continuous spells. Then special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand or graveyard with a different name than those cards. And if you do, equip it with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. You can only activate 1 Golden Rule per turn. It's absolutely a cracking card, and to be fair, I might consider bumping that up to 3 at some point. Because obviously it's pulling 2 Crystal Beast monsters straight from your deck, isn't it? And that's all important. Like I say, trying to get to those ultimate monsters. The Awakening I haven't really touched upon, but the Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates, first of all, artwork is absolutely fantastic and appreciation time. I really wish it got a holo print though, because that is really going to pop if it went holo. But quick play spell this one. So reveal 1 ultimate crystal monster in your hand, then activate 1 of these effects. If you control an ultimate crystal monster, you can activate 1 or 2 of these effects in sequence instead. You do not have to reveal a monster. Take 1 Rainbow Bridge card or 1 Rainbow Refraction from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, graveyard, or spell and track card zone. You can only activate 1 Awakening of Crystal Ultimates per turn. So yeah, again, a really nice addition to the deck. They're all cracking cards, and like I say, this is why I sort of wanted to build this as a pure list, because by the time you put all these in it, there's not much room for everything else anyway. I mean, I think, yeah, there's not many that isn't a crystal card. The only card that isn't actually a crystal card, and I may as well show you now, is the Foolish Burial Goods. And again, this is arguably maybe a 2 of. But yeah, we're just putting, well, there's a couple of cards in there, but mainly Rainbow Bridge of Salvation into the grave so you can take advantage of it. But we'll get to that card in a minute. There's the standard, so the old school Crystal Beast crystal cards as well. So we've got Crystal Abundance, Crystal Promise, and Crystal Beacon. They're all pretty standard cards, but they're still absolutely great looking cards. They all have their own little effects. Nothing too major, but obviously because they're searchable, you can go and get them whenever you want to. So it's nice and simple. And the last spell is Ancient City Rainbow Ruins, which I still believe is a good card. It's a field spell, of course. You must have this many Crystal Beast cards in your spell trap card zone to activate and resolve one of these effects. So obviously it depends on how much you've got in the back row. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects if it's 1. 2, once per turn, you can halve the battle damage you take. 3, when a spell trap card is activated, you can send 1 Crystal Beast monster from you control to the graveyard and negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. If you have 4, you can, once per turn, during the main phase, you can draw 1 card. And if you had 5, once per turn, during the main phase, you can target 1 Crystal Beast card in your spell or trap card zone and special summon the target. It's pretty cool, but obviously it all depends on how much you've got in your back row, which slows it down a little bit. Okay, so onto traps. There's a couple of 2 off. So I've got 1 Ultimate Crystal Magic. 2 Ultimate Crystal Magic and 2 Crystal Conclave. The Conclave, most people are fairly familiar with. I still like to play the Ultimate Crystal Magic though as well. When your Crystal Beast monster is destroyed by battle, you can send 7 Crystal Beast cards with different names from your hand, deck, and or face up on the field to the graveyard. Special summon 1 Ultimate Crystal Fusion monster from your extra deck. This is treated as a fusion summon, and if a face-up Ultimate Crystal monster you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard and place any number of Crystal Beast monsters from your graveyard face up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. I think it's really cool. I don't think it's in most people's lists, but I think if you're going to build like a sort of pure Crystal Beast deck, then it needs to be in there really. And the only 2 one-offs, I mentioned Salvation before, because, where's the graveyard? So you can banish this card from your graveyard and add 1 Crystal Beast monster and 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. So of course, you can get to the Ancient, what is it called? Ancient Sanctuary. Ancient City, sorry, using that effect. And there's a few things that obviously will get Rainbow Bridge of Salvation into the grave. And then of course you've got Crystal Miracle, and when a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated, destroy 1 Crystal Beast card you control, and if you do, negate the activation, and if you do that, destroy the card. And if a Crystal Beast card or is placed in your spell and trap card zone while this card is in your graveyard, even during the damage step, you can banish this card. Place 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. You can only use the effect of Crystal Miracle once per turn. So again, just getting one of the names out in order to take advantage of the Ultimate Crystal Beasts or Crystal Monsters, I think. Guys, that's the main deck, so we're moving swiftly on to the extra deck, trying not to go too long on the video, but we'll start with the sort of fusion monsters. Of course, we've got the Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive, which is the newer one, and Rainbow Overdragon. These guys are both absolutely devastating. I still, the artwork, obviously I've got it on the mat here as well, but the artwork on the card's absolutely phenomenal. I still absolutely love it. If you do manage to summon one of these guys, the chances are you're winning the game. Because it isn't easy to get to them, but it is worthwhile. And like I say, that's the whole point of the deck, isn't it? Just one sec, guys. That was my son insisting that I make him some dinner, which is fair enough because it is getting that sort of time. The other 2 are the new additions to the extra deck. So this is Snake Eyes Doomed Dragon, which is a relatively new card, but absolutely serves purpose for this deck. Cool artwork once again, but must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by sending 2 face-up monster cards from your spell or trap card zone to the graveyard. If this card is special summoned, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, place it face-up in its owner's spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell. You can only use the effect as Doom Dragon once per turn. So it's a nice, easy, only costs 2 monsters from your extra monster zone, and you can slap the 3000 body on the field, and you can do that twice because there's 2 in the extra deck. The rest of the stuff is pretty standard and not dissimilar to what I had before. We'll just do a few links. So I've got 1 Cherubini, because that could actually search out one of the names if I need it. 1 Cross Sheep, 1 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, and 1 Unicorn, and of course 1 Skull Drag, because we can draw multiple cards with it and obviously get to the names that we potentially need. And of course just a few XCs as well, just to round us off. So we've got 1 Tornado Dragon, pretty much run this in any deck that can make a rank 4. 1 Baguska, 1 Diamond Direwolf, which I think is the only deck I actually play this card in. 1 number 82 Heartland Draco, and of course 1 number 38 Hope Harbinger. I don't think anything particularly does generate a token, but for some reason I have got the Crystal Beast tokens as well, just in case we need them, I suppose. Guys, that's the deck profile. Thank you so much for tuning in for a lengthy period of time as usual. As I said to you many times before, if you've seen my videos, the comments are very, very precious to me personally, but also my subscribers, because I get a lot of comments sort of bouncing off each other, just saying, actually, that might be a good idea. Increase the number of this card, decrease the number of that card. Why haven't you thought of this card? You know, it's that kind of thing that we really love on this channel. And of course, if I feel like that's absolutely the right decision to make, I'll update the list, and then of course when I redo the profile, you'll be able to see the changes on there as well. Guys, that's it once again, and we'll see you for the next profile. Cheers, bye.